Today we're doing a face reading for Donald Trump. Donald's features are even, which means there's a wide range of awareness and he keeps his life in balance. He intuitively understands people. He has a square face, which symbolizes a power patriarch, practical materialist who is independent-minded, opinionated, with ferocious goal-directedness, intensely self-serving, expert on everything, and at the same time they like to play dumb or innocuous for their own advantage, and extremely self-confident. With the concave upper, convex lower profile, he acts first, thinks later, intensely goal-oriented again, product of overindulgent or indifferent family. He holds his head thrust forward, which symbolizes a super intellectual, feeling suppressing, hyper-vigilant person. His forehead is angled back, which symbolizes a lot of common sense and sensitivity. I believe his forehead is square, which means an almost mathematical mind. He has great faith in his own abilities. He does not have any wrinkles on his forehead, which means he is cautious and conservative. He could often be late, and he would prefer non-stressful, serene life. He has straight or even eyebrows. This would be apparent in someone who is a steady accomplisher, follows through on ideas, highly conceptual, thought processes are smooth and flowing, and would be seen in someone who is steady and even-tempered. He's got really thick, bushy eyebrows, which symbolizes a strong personality who would be aggressive and assertive, power-seeking, with leadership essential. He has 11 lines between his eyebrows, which would symbolize strong, critical judgment, highly developed sense of justice. He's got very small eyes compared to his face, which shows practical intelligence, analytic, precise reasoning. His eyes are on the same level, which symbolizes level-headedness and even temper. He has almond-shaped eyes, which shows that he's somewhat skeptical and could be distrusting. He always makes sure he is on solid ground before making any moves. The inner corner of his eye is pointed, so he would be very people-oriented. Could symbolize that he equates money with love, highly conditionally accepted as a child, possibly. He's also got narrowed eyes, which symbolizes like a mental squinting, heavily into extremely cautious and vulnerability, avoidant control of information, both in and out. He has crow's feet, which means you would have a good sense of humor. So under his eyes, he has intense fluid retention, which shows a readiness to clear out old, unexpressed grief. His upper lid covers the outer corner of his eye, which manifests steadiness, determination, and pointed goal-directedness. Our ears indicate our involvement with the world, and Donald's ears are very far towards the back of his head, and this placement means building for tomorrow. He is present and future-oriented, supremely self-confident, with a high ego, and likes to be noticed and love taking charge. His ears placement is really surprising to me due to his last campaign slogan being "Make America Great Again," because with his ear placement, that's kind of, he doesn't want to go back into time. He wants to push forward. So everything about his ears screams intelligence and wisdom. Everything about his nose screams the same: intelligence, wisdom. Infomaniac with a straight nose, that would mean that he would be a straight shooter. His nose has a square tip, which means dogged honesty, a pit bull perseverance, forceful executive, and personally powerful. He has large nose wings, which would mean financial assistant recipient, likely to experience continuous support from the environment. His mouth reflects emotional and expressiveness. He has a really wide mouth with really thin lips, which would be seen in someone who is a commanding officer, apt to boss people around, but are quite loyal and stand by their commitments. The corners of his mouth curves down, So that would be seen in someone who wonders if anything is really worthwhile and whether the struggle is really worth it. Your smile is your attitude towards others, and it's kind of hard to get pictures of Donald smiling. This one smile, I'm not sure if this is an authentic smile, but just with the upper teeth showing, it shows that he would be receptive and cooperative, but not too emotionally available, and tend to be socially correct and do the right thing. So that's it for Donald, and next I will be doing Joe Biden. Leave me a comment on who you would like me to face read next.